Hey everyone, it's Lee here at the Imani Chamber Music Festival. We've got a couple days to show you, so try and keep up. Alright, so on Tuesday we had a ton of master classes, starting with Paul Cohen, the saxophone teacher, who I had mentioned earlier, and he worked with all the groups that were playing like pieces of saxophone involved, including my group. So we got to experience him again, and it was really great. I really like him. He had a lot of really constructive things to do, and I felt like in the half hour, 45 minutes we had with him, our group and our musicality just grew so much. While we were doing that, the fellowship musicians actually went to Chinatown and watched the Imani Winds do a children's concert, so they got to see firsthand what an outreach concert would look like and the style that they should be doing and how to interact with little kids. And from what I heard, they were amazing at it, which is no surprise. After that, we had a performance from Genghis Barbie, who's a horn quartet. They're all girls, and they're kind of shaking up the classical music world right now. They do pop music, but they're all conservatory trained, so it's kind of this great hybrid of styles with technique and sound, and they were just so down to earth, and they kind of talked to us a little bit about starting our own chamber groups and what they did to be as successful as they are now. They have their own models of French horns coming out, so they're so successful already, and they're still relatively new. After that, we had a flute master class by Paula Robeson, she's a legend. She's amazing. Just listening to her talk and her play was enough, and even if you didn't play flute, you learned so much, and your musicality just grew incredibly. And then we had a master class with Paquito de Rivera, and a lot of the groups were playing his pieces, and he was just so enthusiastic. It was a great energy. He's really crazy, but really fun. He actually got his clarinet and just started like improvising, and he got them out of their shell and into his music, and really all of us into music in general. So it was just a really, really great experience, and he's a really fun-loving guy. Then Wednesday was kind of similar to the days that we had before, where we had coachings in the morning and master classes later in the day. So I started my coaching out with Valerie. I'd had her before, and I love her even more than I did before, if that's even possible. Her energy is really great, and her knowledge is so vast, and she has this ability to fix problems within an ensemble within minutes and make everything so much better than it was when it came in, even if we thought that we were already doing pretty good. After that, the clarinet studio, we had a master class with David Krakauer, who's a legend in our field, and he's really well known for his klezmer style of music. He plays with the klezmatics. So he did master classes with individual students on pieces, and he also talked a little bit about klezmer music and his story, and it was just really fascinating to learn like how he came to be so successful. And then right after that, he did a master class with chamber groups and helped them out a little bit with the klezmer style or just musicality in general. And then we had the wonderful treat of hearing the transatlantic duo, which includes Miriam Adam, the clarinet player of the Imani Winds, and it was fabulous. She did the whole thing from memory. I don't know how she does it. She's so busy, and then she puts on a fabulous recital on top of that. So many good pieces, a lot of new work, and she just fits the style so perfectly. Everything she plays, it just feels like it was written for her. The concert was opened by a big chamber group from the festival performing two movements of the Dvorak Serenade. They did a fantastic job. It was really beautiful, really well put together, and they only had a couple rehearsals, so it was amazing. And then lastly, on Thursday, we had coachings again, but instead of having specific people assigned to us, we had people rotating around. They were floating, so we actually ended up getting Monica and Jeff to help us out, and it was the first time we had Jeff, and he's just like, he's kind of like, he's not strict, but he's definitely, he wants to make sure that you guys have everything right, and he really pushes you because he cares so much, and he's just so genuine, and I think that's what we connected the most with him. We had Monica for the second time, and we love her. She's just fantastic. Everything she has to say is constructive, and she's really positive, and she gets you out of your shell, and she just makes you feel really comfortable, which is probably one of the most important things that they've done here. All of them, really, is they just make you feel comfortable, and they don't make you feel bad if something doesn't go exactly right. and then they actually help you make it go exactly right. So it's perfect. Then we had a master class, a career workshop really, with Angela Beeching on her book Beyond Talent, and she was really, really good, helping us kind of like set goals for ourselves and be realistic about our futures and what we can be doing with music, and kind of her life path of like performing, but then deciding to like help people develop their own careers. And it was really positive, and it really helped us set a picture for ourselves if we may not have had a specific direction that we were planning on going before. And then we ended on a spectacular note tonight with our first culmination concert, where about half the groups played tonight, and it was just a stellar concert. Everybody sounded amazing. It was hard to believe that these groups have only been together 10 days because the work that they've done is just superb. I'm actually playing tomorrow, but our fellow blogger Rebecca played in her 2 groups tonight, and it was amazing. Every group sounded spectacular, and it was just a really, really positive way to end our Thursday night. And we're just getting ready for tomorrow, where we have some classes and then our final concert, and then we're done. It's hard to believe it's going by so fast. So keep it here for the final details of the concert tomorrow night and traveling home and overall summaries of the festival. Follow us on Twitter. Keep up with the videos. Keep it here.